I'm joined with all the doctors here. So it would be a very interesting deep dive session into the changing phase of MBA education. So I think I would like to start with Dr. Uh, S.K. Prasad, where I would request him to share with us the challenges and opportunities in MBA education, given the fact that there's digital transformation and global uncertainties. Just to kickstart the.
Good afternoon to all of you. I thank Business World for inviting me here as one of the panelists. It's an absolute honor. My thoughts on the era of transformation, digital transformation and global uncertainty, and in that, how we need to rethink about MBA education is that first, there are a few ground realities we must accept. That is, our students as digital natives, and we are all digital transients. That is, we are the immigrants. That is, we are old, and our students are digital natives. They are faster in adapting to the digital world and the changing normalities, that is global uncertainty than us. So, whether it is a classroom or the research era, the teacher has to be agile, teacher has to be adept in making sure that whatever he or she brings to the class or into the mind should be at least to some part original. Secondly, compared to even say past 5 years, the amount of information which is flowing into all of us, that is the amount of information that keeps flowing to us through our mobile phone or whichever device, whatever you are watching through laptop or whatever, is 100 or 200 times more than whatever we used to get. So anybody who can make use of it will make use of it. The result is all the startups and other developments which are taking place thanks to the digital era and thanks to the global uncertainty. There is an opportunity found out by the youth before anybody else. So the teacher has to pick up the threads and catch up with the youngsters in this uncertain era. So the same textbooks, the same research papers as core materials will not do. And second thing, you see, there are lot many companies like Amazon. Amazon is the best example. Amazon, SpaceX. These not just broke that barrier which was posed by the blue ocean theory, they also broke all the strategy models, business strategy models. There is not a single business strategy model which can give us what is the business model of Amazon even today, the way they have expanded. So we need to rethink. These are my first few words. I'll express my thoughts as the discussion goes on.
Thank you, Dr. Prasad. My next question is to Dr. Narayani. That, we had been discussing AI since morning today, right, in higher education. With this advent of AI and now generative AI, how do you see the education evolving, and what are the challenges and opportunities, as I said?
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity, and pleasant good afternoon to one and all gathered here. AI is the buzzword, and everybody is asking, how do you adopt AI? Start from a housewife, homemaker, to the kindergarten children. Everybody is talking about AI. Now, coming to MBA education, I'm sure most of my colleagues on the dais would agree with me. MBA program is a versatile program. Versatile mainly because start from the admission, a dentist can do an MBA, engineering graduate can pursue an MBA, agricultural scientist can pursue an MBA. The admission process itself gives the client to an MBA program that is a versatile program meant for heterogeneous group of people and going to be fed into the business world, which is a business world. Hence, MBA has got all potential. The curriculum has got all potential to adopt whatever is evolving in the world. whatever is the requirement of the world. The curriculum itself, the program itself is versatile, not only in India, across the world. I think most of you will agree with me. Now, coming to AI adoption in MBA curriculum. During that COVID time, everybody was talking about synchronous learning, asynchronous learning, and blending both. Most of us have mastered the art of offering the program through virtual mode. Now, this is being getting enhanced by personal use of AI personalization in terms of feedback, in terms of curriculum, in terms of delivery. So, most of the B schools have not only used AI, at least most of the schools, as far as I know, the one in the top front end, they are not acting as a I would say ostrich, keeping their head down. I don't want AI. I don't know. Everybody is trying to adopt AI because when we feed the students to the industry wants the students to use AI tools. So what we have trying to do, at least as far as NMIMS Bangalore campus is concerned, and NMIMS University as a whole, we came out with Gen AI policy. What is ethical, what is non-ethical, we started teaching. Second one, we master the students not for generating PPTs and writing assignments or copying their research paper. No, they are learning how to create their chatbot and act as their personal assistant. And they are using it for personalized feedback. They are using for augmented reality and virtual reality life study solutions. They are using it for simulations. This is how I am sure, both in terms of content, I mean curriculum, the delivery mechanism, the feedback that we provide to the students, we are blending synchronous, asynchronous, and adopting with AI personalization and enhancing the industry. I mean, the student, the entire enriching the curriculum as such, I would say.
Wonderful. Dr. S.K. Prasad, your views on this?
Thank you, Shukla, and all my co-panelists. The topic is really contextual and also contemporary. We should think and rethink about the management education. And fortunately, I am a person who saw management education during the chalk and talk era. Now I am seeing and I am gearing up my teams to work in the AI domain. So I could have that opportunity to see the entire spectrum. If we see management education overall, in India particularly, when we look at the management education as such, there is a lot of diversity. That diversity is coming because of different types of institutions offer management education. Like we have central universities, state universities, deemed to be universities, private universities, and we have excellent standalone autonomous institutions. So these different types of institutions, and then as has been pointed out by my colleague here, the entry level challenges, like how each student is getting into MBA. In some cases, in some places, we see that the number of seats happen to be more than the number of aspirants. So sometimes there may be a situation of no choice. But as faculty, we don't have choice again. We have to see that right kind of education is provided to all those students who come into our orbit, and then see that their skills are enhanced, and then they are made. Another concern generally is the employability that we are hearing from the globally renowned, say, B schools, like where recently some schools were in news where the placements were referred, like Harvard and all. So when look at that scenario, employability is also one of the important factors, where the curriculum, if it is aligned to the employer requirements, or if we are successful in identifying what they want, then it is a sort of right approach. Here again, I would like to just briefly tell at this point few interventions which we could make enabled us to bring in a lot of change. That is, instead of one project, I introduced 3 projects. I call them mini, micro, mini, and major, with 3 time durations. And I'm also asking students or allowing students, which is possible in case of, again, in the private university scenario, we have little more what's called autonomy, where we could structure the program in such a way that I'm giving them, particularly it's happening in our new campus here, which of course it is in a beta version stage. So where we are trying to send the students for longer period for projects and all. So these are the things which are making, and then using technology is one thing. And my slogan is something like in class, on the job, online. So I'm telling my students, you have to spend 2/3 of your time on the job and online. And we are also asking our faculty to divide the syllabus into 3 parts, which is a self-learning, like I told, the green, orange, and red like thing. So you earmark what is that could be self-learned. Orange is group learning, and red is the one where a lot of importance is there, the faculty-driven program. So and I stop at this because the topic is such that we can speak hours together. One session is not sufficient for us. I think all agree for this. Thank you.
Thank you. Taking the cue from Colonel Prasad's statement that we are, digital stone age, from the digital stone age, digital immigrants, and now these guys who are coming and doing MBA, they are digital natives. So, Professor Banerjee, what do you think of this, and how we have to tackle this?
Yeah, thank you very much, and good afternoon. I think I will also talk about, because I look at executive education, executive MBA is what we run. Now, the challenges there compared to the regular MBA is these are students or participants who are working all from Monday to Friday, and they come on Saturdays and Sundays to do it. I think compared to, let's say, 5 years back when we didn't have so much of digitization, it used to be quite difficult for us to ensure, because work pressure will come, student is not able to complete it. So when there are online courses, classes happening, we record it. If someone has missed, can actually come and see that, a good way of learning. Even in our offline classes, there is a facility of recording, and if anyone wants to listen to the recording, and they have missed it for some reason, we're able to take care of it. We also try to complement it with saying that minimum number of hours, which let's say is required, is 30 hours for a session. But we have also made them given the opportunity to take online courses, for example, from Coursera, where they not only get a certification, but they can learn on their own pace. I think this was not available before the digitization happened. And this is something which is very, very positive, and people are able to, for example, I have 2 daughters, both of them, one is into BBA, another is doing her MBA. Now, one person is very bad at maths, another person loves maths. Now, both of them do very, very differently. So here we are able to take care of it because we are able to customize. Normally, we are not able to do that when we are looking at a class of 50 or 60 students, which is there. I think it has really helped in a very, very good way. The digitization has come in, and it has really, according to me, improved what kind of education we are able to impart to the students.
Thank you. Coming to Dr. Sridevi, MBA education is all about management, right? So earlier the education was, I'm sorry to ask this very abstract question, but it was all about managing humans. And now with all the AI tools and platforms, I think the students also have to manage the machines. So, how do you see this evolving?
Good afternoon, everyone. And thank you, Business World, for having me here. Thanks for the opportunity. So basically, I'm a I'm a professor. I've been teaching finance for almost 25 years, more than that. So a couple of years ago, let me start. And I see quite a lot of students here, so I would like to share with you my experience, the initial shock that I had. So as faculty, we have our favorite problems, numericals, and favorite case studies as well. I realized little later that the world before November 2022 is different from the world after November 2022. That is the chat GPT, the birth of chat GPT. So what exactly happened is a year and a half ago when I was in a class and we were working on certain things, I suddenly saw a student who never used to answer much, started answering everything with complete accuracy. And I was like super happy. I thought probably I've taught better. And then the second time it happened, I couldn't resist and I just went and said, hey, I'm very happy for you, but what is it that changed today? He was very honest and I must appreciate. He said, it is my chat GPT. Whatever you're saying, I'm just putting it here. I had to continue with my class. I came back. Then I realized that data after market data, especially when you deal with it after 2021, if you give it in the class and then, ChatGPT will not be able to give answers to those questions. So I tried to change all my questions, copied data, and I went back because this is an answer to your point as well that faculty should try. So I tried that bit as well. And then there are these favorite case studies like some case study from Harvard, which is on valuation. I never knew until I experienced that ChatGPT gives answers to your Harvard cases and the entire thing comes. Now, then again, it was like, it took a week for me because you just have to completely change your entire teaching plan and it gives the entire answers. Now, there is a purpose why we do what we do. We want our students to learn the entire process, go through that, think like a analyst or think like an investment manager, evaluate everything, and then apply those frameworks and valuation and arrive at a number and then say that. But ChatGPT gives and students submit it. Now, that was a shock again. We had to say, now, how do we react as humans? I'm sure students have a beautiful shortcut. Then I tried and tested something. Then somebody, again, it was a hint given by student. Don't use GPT, chat, PDF. You have to use that because it's a PDF document, this platform. Yeah, students learn it faster than faculty. It happens. We need to accept that. Now, do we want them to use and continue like this? Because the learning which is actually planned by using these interventions is missing. It comes with a click of a mouse or uploading a particular document. So we as administrators and as faculty need to work on 2 or 3 aspects in this entire scenario. One, we relook at our entire teaching plan and the kind of case studies or the kind of worksheets that we actually use. We need to relook at it. The second one, we cannot stop them from using it. They let them use it. But what we as faculty need to rework on, and assess their learning. I'm also trying to invite guests from the industry and where the guests tell them that using ChatGPT is not okay in their organizations. It is not allowed. I'm bringing these people from outside because whatever they're doing here for a year and a half is absolutely not okay in organizations because organizations are building their own platforms. So this is something that I'm working on. We're also hiring young tech faculty. We are in the process. And initially when digital transformation, during COVID, if I take a step back, the day lockdown was announced, we could immediately shift to the online platform the very next day because we have invested heavily into that technology and we took pride in that. There was absolutely no chaos and nothing. But here, this is something that is truly disturbing. In a positive way as well, we need to accept the fact that students have access. It is easy. It gives it. So it is, we will have to coexist. We cannot stop students from using. Of course, faculty do not have all the answers. Somebody who goes to the class and addresses, we have to coexist and rework on this. Okay, you use it, but what is your opinion? What are the areas where your chat GPT can be biased? What are those areas where it is not? And what are the other AI tools? Okay, chat GPT being one, but what are the other AI tools, agentic AIs? What are the use cases? What are those profiles where we have jobs which are into automation and where it is going to be augmented? You know, that discussion on use cases across is something, again, we as faculty need to have conversations with students. Now, can we completely change the entire curriculum and bring it? It will take some time. We are in the process. We have to identify. And that's going to be a little challenging. And I can just go on. I'll pause it for now. Thank you.
No, thank you so much. The fundamentals of business always remains the same. You know, my dad told me that business is buying something in 1 rupee and selling in 2 rupees. That's it. Or creating services in 1 rupee and selling it for 2 rupees. So fundamentals of business doesn't change, but with the speed of digital disruptions, you know, how does MBA curriculum manage the two? That, keeping the fundamentals, teaching the fundamentals to the student also, and making him abreast with the all these digital transformations.
First, I'd like to make 2 points which cover whatever you are asking. First, what we are doing at SDMIMD. One is SDMIMD is a very small B school. Our total number of full-time faculty is around 22, and we often meet. That means there is huge opportunity for exchange of ideas, and we can decide in 5 minutes, and all of us can meet in our meeting hall, and we can exchange views, and it's a very democratic process. So what we did was that how to manage this Gen AI. Then finally, what we did, we collaborated with a local Mysore software company run by a family, and we consciously had decided that what we need to do with AI. That one is, there is no question of that AI being allowed to replace a human teacher, not a chance. Only it has to allow enrichment of the thoughts of that human teacher as an augmentation or an aid, and not otherwise. So this tool, right now, what it does, it's evolving. It's evolving. That is, the last one entire year, we ran a pilot program in January 2024. And then after pilot program in 24-25 academic year, we introduced. Every class is recorded, and transcript is given in the transcript is made, that tool itself makes into notes and summary, and all the students get the class summary. So every student has got a login ID and password. What it does is that notes and summary are augmented by the Gen AI keywords wherever it is missing, so that students understand better. Otherwise, the transcript itself is 100% what is spoken in the class, either by students or faculty. So it catches everything. Very powerful. We had to spend a lot on our audio and other things. Now it is evolving to catch up whatever is there in Excel sheets and in videos also shown. That's one part. Second one is, at the end of the class, the teacher can immediately administer a class test, both descriptive as well as MCQ. And the MCQ questions can be made by the Gen AI tool. Let's call it Academy tool. Gen AI tool at 5 levels of difficulty. And the best part of this entire tool is that evaluation can be, in the evaluation parameters can be set by the teacher. Like, for example, those questions formed will be evaluating critical thinking in their answers, leadership in their answers, business knowledge in their answers, originality. All these things can be set up. So we have introduced some 10 parameters. It will be evaluated. And finally, the student also, at the end of the module, now subjects have been divided into modules. At the end of the module, student can even see in what kind of subjects, whether it is humanities or whether it is subjects involving mathematics and all that, in which kind of subjects the students tends to score higher, individual student. All 240 get individual reports. if they want, that what they need to improve upon, and all this is given. And second thing, now the evolving version of the same thing, which we are the early adopters, we are giving it the feedback. We are giving feedback to that software, AI, and it is evolving, in which now, after listening to the entire class, after recording, that AI suggests to the teacher what research papers to look for related to the same content, and what kind of similar content is available in the form of videos or any talks or blogs or something like that, so that in the next class the teacher can cover that. And as far as my example, I teach business strategic management. There are 3 sections, entire batch, it's a capstone course. Entire 3 sections are taught. And in these 3 sections, I have never ever used any textbook examples, because textbooks are at least 7 years old and they don't hold. So I use my own examples. 3 examples given in a single session for section A, section B, and section C are different. Total 9 examples. And we make sure through our staff that the students have access to the session notes of all the 3 sections, so they can have access to all the 9 examples. So like this, we are using AI. Now we are in the process of making a Gen AI usage policy, where we will be introducing an element where we give a passage from Gen AI. Students have to think of the prompt to be given, and that will be evaluated. So lastly, the ultimate aim, where will it go? Because this software is going to evolve very fast. The more we give feedback, the more we ask it to do something. It's like wearing an exoskeleton. You can go on increasing the power, you can go on increasing the power of your engine. And in fact, I'd like to drive analogy. If we have time, I'll tell what they did in the India's our anti-drone field, which the Army and Air Force and Navy created this time. What they did, it is somewhat similar to that. We want to create SDMIMD specific Gen AI, which has got all the keywords of all the classes. We want to grow our own environment, AI environment.
No, wonderful. Wonderful. Yes, sir, please. Please.
We started our journey with AI recently, and last month we were looking at one important department in the university, where that is admissions and marketing. So we are tuning up with the AI support to run that department. Next in line is the evaluation part. Evaluation means the results analysis, and then grading the students in such a way that there would be a personalized learning process that will come into picture. So because each student is an individual student, his or her needs may be different. Right now we are going in a mass education mode. So our next priority is how to personalize education with the help of AI. And these are the 2 immediate priorities in the next 3 to 6 months. And then morning only we were discussing, we want to set up a department of AI separately to cater to all other departments in university. And later in 3 years time, it should be upgraded into a center of excellence. So we are also looking at partnering with some people. In fact, in management education also, since the contest has come, I strongly believe in partnering. What we miss in most of the B schools is that partnership mode. I was telling on a lighter vein somewhere, you cannot have any partnership give sustainable results unless there is a partnership deed. That is missing between industry and academia. So maybe we are looking at, for AI interventions also, we are looking at right corporate partners. We want to invest in that. And then we want to grow with the industry, or make our, say, students also get right inputs in every intervention. Thank you.
Thank you. You would like to take this? Yeah.
Line with what professors were saying, NMIMS University, I would like to announce it saying that MBA admission, all of you know that after writing the exam, there will be a filtration. Then there is a process of uh, personal interviews and group discussions. This time we have successfully introduced for 62,000 students personalized questions for personal interview. Actually, it is a very, very successful move, mainly because we went back to the users and the candidates who have been interviewed. More than 30% of the candidates came back and said it was an excellent experience. So, Gen AI started adoption by management institutions at a very, very fast pace, as I was saying. And not only in that, not only the time of admission, but during the time of curriculum delivery also, most of the B schools have partnered with the right AI partners, and we have gamified the learning because the generation which is coming here, they don't want to listen to our lectures not more than 7 minutes. So we have gamified the learning. So as Sir was saying, they're getting a personalized feedback, personalized quizzes. So they can move their career journey or the learning journey becomes much more interesting for them with Gen AI. This is the point I would like to add.
Wonderful. You'd like to add anything, Dr. Sridevi?
So we at IFIM and the entire group, we have hired young talent who are trained, who are experts in this, so that the entire group can use these resources. And this year we're also launching our BCA AI program so that there's some kind of, progress in terms of knowledge creation. And we have a corporate, strong placement team with good corporate connects. And we have identified a few companies which are going to help us in terms of validating our curriculum, not just the tech part of it. In fact, the changes that we need to bring in into our finance, our digital marketing. I mean, we are offering these courses like digital marketing, tools, workshop on tools, but we would like to relook because certain modules need to be introduced in some of the courses. Again, being a teacher, I mean, let me just take a couple of examples. Suppose say in the area of corporate finance, if we talk about it, we do not talk about soft assets. We still talk about expected returns, risk, and historical models and forecasting. We are not considering first mover advantage in business. Companies like Uber get paid by the AIs. The incentive computation happens like that. So what changes do we need to bring into HR courses? What changes do we bring into, our marketing, entire marketing area? How are they going to co-work with management information systems and create some new modules? I mean, we are working on this. We do not have all the answers yet, and it's an ongoing process. That's where we are.
Very interesting. So, coming to the industry academia, now I think in the morning there was this talk about half knowledge, that whatever knowledge today we have is, redundant in 5 months. So earlier it was 15 months. So, now because industry is moving fast, right? Would you have any idea or thought about getting the industry guys to work on the curriculum? So
Take a lead in here. I'm sure every business school agree with me. Their board of studies consist of not only academician. Each and every business school I know, they do have industry partners. Now, earlier they used to be a board of studies members. Now, most of the business schools, including NMIMS, they co-create curriculum now. It is not giving their expert opinion walkout. They are co-creating the curriculum. What is the difference, you might ask? During board of studies, they come and give an opinion about it and will adopt it. That was the olden days. Now, for managing consulting course at NMIMS Bangalore, we have EY partner with us, and EY only will be handling the course. It is not one person from EY. I'm recruiting. It is EY is my partner in offering the managing consulting course. KPMG is doing it. Same way, NVIDIA would like to partnership with some engineering colleges. So this is how the now industry takes up lot of responsibility. It's not enough, but still they take a lot of responsibility in creating the curriculum, pedagogy. They shoulder the responsibility. the ownership by the industry is going up mainly because they want the skilled resources who are industry ready. And academia is also opening up and flexible. And one of the important factor that is helping academia is their own alumni. They feel the responsibility, so they are coming back and helping academia. Academia is also opening up the, reducing the flexibility. Improving the flexibility and reducing the rigidity. This is the trend I am observing. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, please.
So just want to add, would like to add what Narayani said. We at IFIM, we are launching, in fact, the pilot is already done. We are launching a program along with KPMG, a professional undergrad program in the area of finance and accounting, where we co-curated and it will be co-delivered. That's one. In terms of digital marketing, we are again partnering with IIDE from Mumbai. So what I'm trying to say is, it's no longer that we decide and then offer, or the university decides and offer. We have professional bodies, but at the same time, let me also be honest here. The pace at which industry is changing is also at a rapid speed, right? Now, is it that the academic models come first and followed by industry? Probably here, it is the industry and we are following them. So, and this is also industry specific, right? So we are in the process of learning. We do not have all the answers yet, but we are aware that the conventional roles in finance, HR, and marketing are going to definitely change. And we cannot take a lot of time in terms of, curating and delivering the content. And we need to really make it fast. Yeah.
Yeah, Professor Banerjee, you would like to share any thoughts on this?
Yeah, thank you. As I think sir really pointed out, I think one of the first thing is when you're looking at MBA curriculum, the foundation has to be there. So every course which we try to have has a combination of both. The fundamentals are very, very clear. And then looking at what tools can be really used. Just to give an example, again, coming from the finance area, once we teach them, for example, technical analysis, which is one of the techniques of valuation, what they have to do is also use it to create algorithmic trading and try to use that. So that's one part in a classroom scenario. The second, what we have done is we have tied up with, again, industry body like NSC, where what we do is we are getting actual individual's portfolio and then trying to deal with it. We are not dealing with the money because we can't really do that, but actually you are figuring out what is the risk appetite of the individual, figuring out what is the goal of the individual, then trying to create a portfolio, trying to find optimal portfolio. So what happens is the student not only knows how to use the advanced tool, but also sees in a real life scenario how they can go about applying it.
Wonderful. Want to add something, sir? Yeah.
In this regard, we are launching two unique programs at master's level and bachelor's level, which we call industry integrated education programs. One is industry integrated MBA. I'll just tell the brief features of that, where in this program, we are having one-to-one dialogue with specific companies where we could develop some rapport. So the course, as has been pointed out, co-creation of the course, and also one step above that, I'm asking them to invest in the program. And I would give the physical infrastructure. I'm going to give what I call a co-working space like thing. Now, I am going to create around 40 seats capacity, because we are also located in a good place like Kormangla, which is well connected. So this industry integrated program works like this. You pick up the students. I'm not worried about numbers also. I'm happy with 20, 25 students. Either they could be your own employees also, but you give them holiday or whatever it is, you make them join this. Or you tell me what type of students you are looking for. Then I will source them and then put on board. You select them. Then both of us run the program. So it is that's what I was talking. This partnership, I wish that it is a sustainable partnership. So all of us can look at this model. Of course, I'm going to talk little louder when once we launch the program. At this stage, it is in ideation stage. Another one, again, we are looking at what we call pre-MBA internship, wherein pick up students, again, as per the company, what type of interns they want, pass them through an internship before they join MBA also. 3 months I want to allocate for that. And after that, we will give a flexible time like thing. They can work 2 hours or 3 hours, or bring in a very healthy change of industry institute interaction. And here again, technology plays a very important role. We can use AI and allied technologies to bridge the time gap or the distance. Everything is like mitigated in this process. This is what I am envisioning at this point of view, and maybe I may talk to you in the next summit, a success story or a case study of this intervention. Thank you.
No, I think instead of saying rethinking, we should have named the session as implementing. So because what is coming out is that everybody is implementing the newer needs of the industry, and so very interesting. Taking a cue from Colonel Prasad's explanation of how the tool is throwing away. So I'm referring to Colonel Prasad only. So saying that when you mentioned that, the AI tool gives us the leadership, the critical thinking, the other things, we also run HR community. So earlier when HR managers used to interview people and then the resume used to say 10 years, they used to be very happy. And now when they see 10 years, they are saying, oh, something problem with you, right? So, so now the thing is that when the change is so rapid, I mean, certain companies which were not leaders today suddenly come out and become leaders, and they get extended in next 3 years. So the MBA students who are going to join the the work business environment have to keep on moving, right? So they have to have certain skills which are portable, so that those skills can be used in any industry, any organization, any function.
Like interoperable.
Yeah, interoperable. Sorry. So, I mean, are you consciously teaching these things now to the students? How are you doing it? How you are using the digital?
Yes, very interesting question. You see, most of the institutions, colleges, what we do, like we divide the MBA into specialization, finance, marketing, and all that. But when you go to the actual workplace, there is no hard line separating all that, because they should be having basic knowledge of everything. Let us put competence on one side and attitude on the other. We need to prepare a student whose learnability is higher, who is coachable, and that coachability we need to create. The student has to keep his or her mind open, ready to absorb everything, because now information is free. Earlier, for information, they used to fight. Now, information is free. For that, one key element I feel, this is my personal view, is that whosoever is the teacher or mentor in the class should have workplace experience. If they do not have, they are academicians, please send them to an organization for a faculty internship and get them back. See, this is a must. If we do not have faculty who do not know what happens in the field, for example, when I did my mechanical engineering in 1983 to 87, syllabus was already old, Mysore University. Syllabus was already old. I went into the army, and the first thing I learned, that is after that, my 1 year in IMA, Dehradun, I went into the army. First thing I learned was to get under the vehicles and get under the guns and get under the radio sets and start repairing them by hand. So even today, I remember I can dismantle an engine, but that is not there. The gap increased. All the mechanical engineers are theorists. And you tell them that you open up an engine and assemble it back, they can't do. So that part we need to address. You analogize for different things, even for management field. We need to have people who urge them to keep their eyes and ears open to absorb everything, selectively pick those things which will help them in the future. Simple thing. A person having 5 years experience in the oil industry joins MBA and thinks that my oil industry hell is over and I don't want to learn anything. And he gets selected happy to Infosys. And in Infosys, the client is an oil industry company and his old oil industry knowledge will come to use. That is how it is used. And that is where they need to employ. And teachers, especially role of teacher, getting closer and nearer to the workplace knowledge is very important. And that is a crucial thing which we all need to address in this evolution of MBA.
Add a few points. Rightly said. Most of the students, I just want you to know one important trend. Nowadays, recruitment is not for the degrees. Recruitment is switching towards skills. So, what are the few things most of the management institutions, including us, we are doing it is internship is mandated. It's part of the curriculum. Whether it is a BCom, BBA, BSc Finance or MBA, internship becomes part and parcel of it. Apart from that, many colleges, they also introduced life projects that insist on experiential learning. So people as not only during the internship period, but during your college education, they learn to do real life areas, case studies, and they go to organizations, and SMEs provide a lot of scope for that. And they do a lot of life projects. Startup culture in Bangalore, make use of it as much as possible to do life projects. Life projects, the difference between life projects and internship is that you do it during your college days. There is no calendar available for you to do the project. So you start scouting for life projects, and most of the good B schools provide this kind of opportunities. You go to companies, source the life projects and start doing it. And so, rightly said, train the trainer is very, very important area for management institutions. That the faculty who are going to impart this knowledge should have a practical knowledge. So nowadays, I'm noticing in most of the B schools, they have a consulting wing. And consulting is an excellent opportunity for the faculty to update, upgrade, and be with the industry, understand what is required for the industry and doing it. For example, NMIMS Bangalore campus, we have executive education, not for heterogeneous group. ICICI permanently offering their candidates to us. KPMG is giving it to us. CIPLA is giving it to us. So Morgan Stanley is giving it to us. So we have programs mandated for them. So the industry connect nowadays, especially in management education, is becoming stronger and stronger. So these are all the few things everybody is trying to do to ensure that the gap is narrowed. I don't say it's matched, but lots to come.
Yeah, thank you. And of course, the panelists are here. You can have offline discussions on this. Thank you so much, dear panelists. Thank you for your insights. It was a good session. Thank you.